Hi guys, it's SHEILA Shimmers and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a really special video for me. I have partnered with one of my favorite companies. I really love their products, and as you can see, I'm going to be showing you how I cover my under eyes. I think you're really going to enjoy this video and you're going to learn a lot, and I think you're really going to love this product as much as I did. I fell in love with them the first time I used them and I haven't stopped using them since then. Before we start, I definitely want to mention that you should definitely subscribe to my channel. You should definitely just click that little link down below. I think you're not going to regret it. I can promise you you're not going to regret it, but at the end is your decision. So I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button below and that like video. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So as you can see, I have my eyebrows done and they're a little bit aggressive at the moment, so I'm going to be using the Killer Cover palette by JUDITH August Cosmetics, and I love this. I have used this a ton of times, and the reason I love this is because you get your lighter shades with you can use for concealer, for cutting your crease, and also for highlighting. And then you have your dark shade right here, which you can use for contour. So this is really handy. You can use it for tons of things and it really lasts forever. As you can see, I have used it many times and it's still going strong. So the shade I'm going to be using to clean my brows is going to be this one for the lid, and then on the top I want to use something closer to my skin tone, so I'm going to be using this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this one first, which is the lightest shade on the palette. I'm going to be taking a flat brush. The one I'm using right now is the F75 by Sigma. This one is just a little flat brush. And like I said, I'm going to be applying this on my lid. So I'm just going to be covering my lid first. This is going to be my base for the eyeshadows. Then I'm going closer to my brows. And I'm just going to be following the shape of them to clean them up. Next, I'm going to go in with the darker shade. And this one I'm going to use for the top of the brow. So you definitely want to blend this out with a sponge because it's a little bit of a thicker consistency. So as you can see, our brows look very clean, super sharp, and our skin tone is kind of like matching our lids right now. So that's really good. The next thing we're going to do is set it. I'm going to be using this powder by JUDITH August Cosmetics. This one is their Make It Stay Setting Powder. It says it's a colorless powder, and it comes in this little packaging right here. I think it's really cute and really sleek. And when you open it, it has two little compartments where the powder comes out. So it is super easy for you to like put your little brush in there and go in and set it. Now that we have set our eyes, I'm going to be doing something super quick with my eyes. So I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. By the way, have you guys noticed how small this became after we all got the Morphe and James Charles? Because I used to think this was so big, and now when I look at it, I'm like, this is not big at all. This one basically takes my whole screen. I'm going to be using this shade right here for my transition shade. What I like about using this base is that the shadows blend super easily on top of this base, and the colors really pop, so I definitely recommend using it. Next shade I'm going to be using is this one right here. And I do know that she somehow came out with like names for all those shadows, but I don't think they came out for everybody, just for influencers, so I couldn't really tell you. So that's coming out really good. As you can see, everything is blending really nicely. So I'm just going to keep it very simple. Maybe I'll darken it just a little tiny bit. Let's go with this one right here. It's very close to black, but it's not really black. So I'm going to be using the same brush, and I'm just going to slowly, going to be really careful. I'm just packing this kind of in the outer corner, very softly. I think that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Wow, that's pigmented. Okay, so since I put way too much on the other side, I'm just going to be doing this. I'm going to be taking another brush. I'm going to be going back in with this shade right here. And I'm just going to be blending that out. So I'm taking it from the center onwards. Super pretty. So the next one is going to be the shimmer. I'm going to be using this one right here. I'm not going to be cutting my crease or anything. I'm just going to be applying this kind of over top. Just very loosely. Because I want to keep it more like on the very natural, like wearable kind of makeup look. And then going back in with that little brown. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I'm kind of liking it. I don't know if to do a little liner, maybe not a wing, but maybe just do a little liner. So I am going to apply a little bit of liner, and I'm going to be applying some lashes, so I'll be right back. So the next product I'm going to be using is one of my favorites. This one is called the Orange Masking Cream. This comes in this tiny little packaging, and it has 3 sections kind of, so it really depends how your under eye circles are and what color they are. If they're really dark, if you have like a blue tone. My under eyes are very, very dark, so it's better for me to use kind of like a corally shade, so that's why you see that I have dipped into that one a lot. But if you're more on the fair side, you do have some to choose from. And so this one I think it's really good for after you have covered your under eye circles. You can go into this one and kind of like cover them up if you don't want to use concealer. So that's really good that you have 3 in 1. I love this little palette, so I'm just going to show you a little bit close up of how it looks like. As you can see, I'm going to be dipping into this one. I feel like that's a given. If you're looking to cover your under eyes, this is how you do it. So I'm going to be taking this little corally shade right there, and I'm going to be applying this where I have my problem areas, which is pretty much everywhere. So I really like using this kind of on a daily. I don't always, I'm gonna be honest, I don't always dip into this big one, because like on the daily I kind of do my makeup a little bit more on the natural side. But I think this is so neat that you have this little palette right here that you can just dip into. You can keep it in your purse. It's super tiny and is such a lifesaver. You just use how much you need to. You don't need to go as full like I went, but my under eyes are very, very dark, so I like to, you know, go in and really cover them up. Especially when you're doing like a smoky eye, you want no darkness on your eyes. You definitely want to make sure that whenever you're using like a darker, like a bolder makeup, your under eyes are super, super covered. And what I'm going to be doing is using a little sponge and pressing that in. And it's really that easy. As you can see, you can already kind of tell that I cover them up. And they're still kind of like a corally shade in my face, but as soon as I put my concealer and my foundation, that's totally gonna be gone. So it really looks great. Like, I'm not lying to you guys. This stuff really, really works. The next thing I'll do is show you guys how I use this little palette and how I use it to contour and highlight. I'm going to be using this lighter shade as my concealer today, and using this darker shade as my contour. So I like using this under my foundation just because I feel like once I put my foundation on, it's going to be really, really airbrushed. It's going to look very complete and just very smooth, and it's going to look like I kind of woke up this way, and that's really what I'm looking for. I want to look super natural, and that's why I love this. I like to apply this is with the same flat brush. So I'm going to be dipping into this one. So I'm going to be putting this over that. You don't have to use this little brush. You could totally be using your sponge to do this, but this is how I like to apply it. I'm just going to show you guys on one side with that on once I blend it. So as you can see, it looks brighter, it looks super covered, there's no darkness whatsoever, and it really looks really good. And now I'm going to be going down my nose a little bit. The reason I'm not going all the way down is because I kind of already did, so I don't want to put too much product there. So once I have done that, I'm going to go into the dark shade right here. I'm just going to be going down my cheeks and kind of contouring. A little goes a long way, which is why this palette has lasted me so long. I'm also going to be doing my chin. And then for our nose, I'm just going to be really carefully going down the bridge of my nose. Now that you're sculpted and you look like this, what I'm going to be doing is going in with this Makeup Geek brush, and I'm just going to be blending this out. Oops. And I'm kind of just going to be blending this out like that. That's how I like to do it. And then I'm going to be going up my forehead. Really doesn't take much. I love this stippling brush from Makeup Geek. I don't know what number this is. I kind of bought this on a sale a couple years ago and it really saved my life. So as you can see, you can really tell how pretty this looks. It's looking a little bit orangey, but I promise you once you put your foundation on, it's gonna look so good. If you're going to like events or a wedding, or if you just really want to look flawless for your birthday or something like that, this palette is amazing. Or if you just really like makeup, I mean, you don't need a reason to. So where I really want to be careful is down the bridge of my nose because I don't want to go over that highlight. So I'm just going to carefully kind of brush it down a little bit and try to blend it. So I really think everything looks really good, and I think we're ready for foundation. I'm going to be using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I love this foundation because it's super lightweight and you really don't need much of it. I also love that you can find your actual undertone with this. I struggle so badly with that, but I use that shade NC25 during the winter, and then I use NC30 if I'm really tan. I'm going to be using 1 pump of this, and I'm going to be applying this kind of all over my face. If I need to go back, I will, but I don't think I should. The JUDITH palette really gives you kind of a really nice coverage, so you don't need a lot of foundation once you go in. You kind of just need to like make it a little bit more wearable, if that makes any sense. To set all of this, I'm going to be going in with the Make It Stay powder one more time, and like I mentioned, this is just a colorless powder. I really like this. It's super fine. It really gets and sets your whole foundation. So really, really nicely. How I like to apply this powder is with this Luxie 660 brush. I got this one from BoxyCharm. I really like their brushes, but this powder is super nice and super fine, and I really, really like it for that reason. So what I like it to do is kind of just do tapping motions on my T-zone and under my eyes, and then I kind of brush it off on the other areas of my face. I feel like our makeup is looking really good today. I don't know about you, but I feel snatched. I know you're here to see how I cover out my under eyes, and I'm making this super, super long, but I'm just gonna fast forward through this for a little bit, and I'm still gonna show you like the steps that I took. I'm going to be using this JUDITH August Cosmetics Lip Lavish Liquid to Matte Lipstick. This one is in the shade Love Paris. This shade is stunning. I really, really love this shade. The last step that I'm going to be doing is using this Make It Stay spray by JUDITH August Cosmetics. Alright guys, so this is how it looks. I really love how everything came out. My under eyes are completely covered. My face looks super airbrushed. The contour doesn't even look like I have a heavy contour on or a heavy highlight. And that's what I love about this Killer Cover palette. I also love this little orange masking cream. I think this one is a must-have. I think actually these 3 items are a must-have because I really love setting it with this Make It Stay setting powder. So I think if you haven't tried these products out, you should definitely do it. Everything is going to be linked down below so you can check these products out. And I'm not just saying that, I've been using this brand for so long and I really, really stand by it. I think their products are super amazing and what they stand for. They're a great company that definitely deserves more attention. So I loved partnering with them for this video. And I really love how everything came out. I feel like I would wear this makeup to like a wedding. I feel like my face looks very, very smooth and it looks really perfect. I don't get this out of every product that I use. That's why I think these products are so special for me and why I have stuck with them and have been using them for years. So I'm just going to give you guys a little look so you can see how it looks. That is everything for today, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. As always, don't forget to subscribe below and like this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!
There goes a sight from my soul.